Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I'm Evil Mike, and I got another review for you. This is DC Comics Joker issue number 8, continuing on with this series. Get into the who's, why's, what's, and where, of course, we got James Tynion writing. We got Guillem March, who's doing the art. Arif Prianto is on the colors, and Tom Napolitano is doing the letters. Of course, if I misconstrued any of those names, I apologize. It's not on purpose. I'm just bad with names. So if you're not following the Joker, it is basically the Joker's on vacation. He's on a hiatus after the Joker War, and it is just kind of he is away from Gotham at the moment. He is Commissioner Gordon has been tasked with hunting and tracking the Joker down and ultimately killing him. We have found out recently that the person that had the group or person that has hired Commissioner Gordon is working for the Court of Owls. On the same note, there are like 3 other factions that are after the Joker as well. But currently, we are dealing with Bane's daughter, Vengeance, who is currently in the mix. The last we saw was Commissioner Gordon was being interrogated by the French Interpol, and basically the Joker had staged a crime scene, making it look like Commissioner Gordon was the guilty party, but we all know it was just to kind of keep Commissioner Gordon tied up while the Joker slips away again. So this is where we catch up, and the last we saw, Vengeance had walked up. And of course, right here we see that the French police or Interpol commissioner or whatever she is, she tries to stop Vengeance, but to no avail, because instantly gets all her fingers smashed in. Commissioner Gordon does try to stop her, but Vengeance literally takes this woman and rips her arm off her body, throws her to the side, and at that point, basically Interpol shows up. They do kind of cross over, and she's already left there, and she's heading to the airport with Commissioner Gordon in the trunk of a car kind of thing. She is met with more Interpol, just officers trying to stop Vengeance with no luck, because she quickly takes out the ground forces and different helicopters quite easily, and they hop on the boat and continue on forward. At this point, Commissioner Gordon is kind of mad, for one, because what she did to the officer, and Vengeance just states that she has already checked on the lady, and she's recovering in the hospital. Hopefully that the surgeons can put it back together. She then goes into like who she is and what she knows she is, and basically that they go into this whole explanation about like that Vengeance and a group of Bane mercenaries infiltrated this facility tracking down Joker, and they found a hidden facility down below. When they got there, they found a whole bunch of DNA. They don't state what DNA she was going after, but they do find like Batman and stuff like that, his DNA, but they do show that that she was looking for Bane's DNA, and it shows that Joker has already been there and leaves a little haha message, see you later kind of thing. At this point, she kind of stops and tells Commissioner Gordon, kind of like at this point, she just questioned who she was and started learning who she was, and they state that Santa Prisca had made Bane, and he was this unstoppable force, and he was controlled to a point, but that's kind of where Santa Prisca, felt that Bane was a failure because he wasn't really controlled, so thus they started making Bane to Vengeance, and basically they, as seen here, they basically cloned her from test tube baby, from Bane's DNA, or or the original DNA if Bane is supposedly a clone or something like that. But and I don't think Bane is a clone. It doesn't say that. It just says that that Vengeance is specifically created in the test tube fashion. And basically, she states that she started questioning like who she was, and she states that she had vengeance and pain built up inside her, kind of thing, and it was just something that she was born with and bred with, and it's all she knew. So in the test tube and her going through the conditioning part of it, all she knows is that she wants to track Joker down, kill him, but not only that, but she goes into like the ways her vengeance would go down, and she just explains the type of torture and that she would unleash on Joker, basically stating that she would pull out his tongue, taking away his greatest weapon, and she'd break every bone in his body. After that, she'd bury him in a grave. She would leave him there for a whole week while guarding his grave, and then after the week has passed, she would dig him back up, burn his body to guarantee that he was dead, and then spread his ashes on the wind. So, and specifically as far as Gotham, as she could get him, because Gotham has such a mainstay to the Joker himself, and basically saying that all that is bred and born in her, it's not really, I mean, the Joker's never done anything to her. She doesn't understand why she has this rage and vengeance built up besides the conditioning part of it. So she kind of states that she values Commissioner Gordon, and she recognizes that even though he's old and he's tired, kind of thing, that he's been fighting the good fight, and as a regular person with no powers, she recognizes that and puts him very high on the list, and kind of looks up to him, kind of thing. But she also states when they were in France that he hesitated when he had the moment to kill Joker, because he is a good man, So Vengeance at this moment just states that she wants to continue on with Commissioner Gordon, but she wants to be his vengeance. So when they do run into Joker again, she will have that opportunity to kill him instantly for Commissioner Gordon with none of the morality dilemma that he is facing. He does state that that's fine and dandy, but he doesn't exactly know where Joker was, and that's why he was in France messing with the Interpol in the first place, trying to get a lead on where he was going. Vengeance just states that her and the Bane Protocol, or whatever you want to call it, they have already tracked down and know where Joker is, but they don't know what he's doing there, kind of thing. But he does state that he is somewhere in the Spanish region, and they kind of show him all big and menacing, over this little Spanish town that they show him. Next up is a side story, continuing the punchline, the side story that's been going on in the Joker books, but this is chapter 8 of that story, and basically we saw a punchline is locked up. There is a witness that is locked up with her named Kelly, and Harper Row has been tasked to infiltrate the prison without Punchline finding out and successfully rescue Kelly and get outside the prison with Kelly. The day that Harper Row got into the prison, Punchline immediately recognized her being one of the Bat family, and it has kind of been this run for your life type situation. As she was running, trying to gather her thoughts, she does end up tunneling through some stuff, and she falls into a room, and it just happens to be the room that Kelly has been hiding in. At the same time that they both find each other, and Harper was like, alright, I got the girl, now we can leave. We see that there is a tapping at the door, and it is Orca that comes through in smashing fashion, and both the girls get scared for a second, and realizing it's Orca, they both get relieved, and they both all three of them try to make up this plan, on escaping not only the room but the prison. Orca kind of states that she was working for Punchline, and Harper Row did see that, but that there's kind of multiple reasons she was doing this. For one, before she got into prison and working with the Royal Flush Gang, she was worked like a guns for hire type of situation. But as she got into prison, she stopped that. But evidently, Punchline did not get the footnote that she had stopped being the you know gun for hire type thing. But she does state that everybody that she's run into lately just looks at her as a monster, including the Royal Flush Gang. And when she ran into Punchline, Punchline looked at her like a regular person. She wasn't scared or frightened or off-put by her appearance, kind of thing. And she kind of enjoyed that about Punchline, so she'd just been working for her just because she liked her, kind of thing, but no loyalties, kind of thing. So running into Kelly and Harper Row, she basically has more loyalty with Kelly and Harper Row. So she basically tells me, hey, I can help you. I can only do so much, but basically I can create a diversion so y'all can get out of here. Harper Row kind of tells Kelly that she has some tech on her, and she has these magnetic implants that are in her fingers, and it allows her to touch walls and stuff and find wires and magnetic machinery that's in the walls and stuff like that. She said normally it doesn't do much besides find paper clips and stuff like that she's dropped in carpet, but she is able to touch the walls and follow wires and stuff, and it does lead her to a power conduit, which she quickly MacGyver's like this little tool, and she hacks this this control panel, and basically she tells Kelly that they're going to have like a 10-minute window to run and get out of the prison, because what she did was that little device is going to unlock all the doors for a brief window of time, and they have to get out. At the same time, the intercom comes out, and Punchline tells Kelly and Harper that she knows exactly where they are, and basically she knows about the 10-minute gamble. And she tells them, well, we're going to play another game, and it's called Get Out of Prison. It's a lot like tag, but if you get tagged, you get sent back to prison. If you don't get caught, you get to get out of prison. But there's a catch. If you do get caught and you stay in prison, it's going to be like a death sentence, because we're talking about Punchline. As seen in the shots I just shown you, but Punchline is getting back on all her effects, and we finally see her in Punchline form right here, with all her outfit and knives and weaponry, and basically she just starts attacking Harper Row and Kelly with other inmates that are there with her. Punchline grabs Kelly, and as soon as she does, about to cut her, Orca comes in and grabs Punchline and just like lobs her to the side. We do see that Harper Row and Kelly successfully get out, but as they are exiting, we do see that Punchline is able to stab Orca near the neck area, and that's kind of where they leave this issue off, with Kelly and Harper Row escaping, and Orca taking the damage. So we're gonna have to see what the next issue brings, but that was the Joker number 8. In my opinion, a great issue, especially with the Vengeance. I mean, the very beginning of this book, like, I mean, it just had me hooked with Vengeance and Commissioner Gordon. And I really liked, honestly, what they've been doing with Vengeance, because I thought she was just going to be this brute-killing machine, and to actually hear that not only she has intelligence, but a lot of intelligence, and the fact that she's starting to question stuff, it's a really good story point. But my thoughts, where we're going, I don't know. We still got 2 other factions that we haven't seen in quite a bit. And as far as I know, I think this is a 12-issue run, but I have heard that they might have extended it as an ongoing, so I'm not really sure. But that's the issue. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought down below, and I will see y'all later, people. Bye.